is, how personal is Tradewind for you and for the other band members?
Of Tradewind or of Stick to Your Guns?
Of Tradewind.
I mean, I enjoy doing it. I think that's obvious, or else I wouldn't do it, right? Mm-hmm. But it's important to me because I get to express myself in a different way than I do with Stick to Your Guns. Not everything has to be so meaningful, I guess. Like with Stick to Your Guns, it's very deliberate. The music, the lyrics, the imagery, everything from merch to just the whole thing. It's important for me it has to mean something, you know? That's what Stick to Your Guns, that's what we do. And with Tradewind, I'm able to just express myself in a way that's maybe a little bit more metaphorical, and it's not so, it doesn't really have to mean as much. It still means something, mm-hmm. but it's not so like deliberately like militant, you know? It's maybe a little bit more poetic, and it's more, I don't have to get straight to the point, and I can just say things because I think they sound nice, as opposed to having to, you know, always try to make sure I'm, you know, saying something political or socially driven. You know, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So it's I'm able to use a different part of my brain with Tradewind than I do with Stick to Your Guns, and I think that to me it's nice. It's important.
But there are still some self-reflections in your songs.
Always, right? Always. Yes. I think it's important, especially as I get older. Okay. I start realizing what a prick I am to the people that mean a lot to me. So it's important for me to kind of face those things. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how come Tradewind is so much different than Stick to Your Guns and your other side project called Snap?
Cold Snap. Yeah, I grew up in a house, and I mean I just had a whole lifetime of listening to so many different styles of music. And I can say right now where I am in my life, I'm still a hardcore kid through and through, and I love hardcore music, and it's the only thing I know how to do. But I listen to music more like Tradewind, more often, because I'm always on the road with Stick to Your Guns, so it's nice to kind of wind down a little bit and listen to something a little bit more softer, I guess. So it's and again, I mean, I play guitar in Tradewind as well, so I'm able to now bring in another element that's different than Stick to Your Guns. And when I say different from Stick to Your Guns, people always kind of misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying I like it because it's different. You know, I mean, I'm not saying like I don't like Stick to Your Guns, so I have to do this other thing. I'm saying it's just nice to be able to do another thing and not have to, you know, because a lot of people start side projects and it sounds just like the project that they're already in, and I don't understand why that happens. So it's like, you know, Tradewind is so different from Stick to Your Guns that it just made sense. I had these songs, you know, I just had these songs, and then I recorded them and I put them out.
So you said it, you're still a hardcore kid. What kind of other artists or other bands inspire you and your band?
Tradewind or Stick to Your Guns? Both. Either? I don't know. I think both Tradewind and Stick to Your Guns, I think everyone comes from such a different, like everyone has their own taste, and I think that's what makes both bands unique. You know, everyone in Tradewind comes, like, listens to different music. Like, we all have the same things that we'll all listen to and enjoy, but there's certain things that I think, like our drummer Andrew, he listens to some shit that I think just fucking sucks. And same with Tom, our guitar player, I'm just like, he listens to shit where I'm just like, this is unlistenable garbage. And, you know, same thing with Randy. And I'm sure it's the same in Stick to Your Guns too, where it's like, they probably listen to things that I wouldn't listen to. I would say it's more so with Tradewind because they get fucking weird. There's shit that, like, I don't know. Actually, I like everything Andrew listens to. George listens to punk. I love punk. You know what I mean? So it's not so much with Stick to Your Guns as it is with Tradewind. There's just certain, like, we have so much different musical tastes.
Can you give an example?
Just throw buttons.
No, it's not. That's the thing. It's not even bands. Like Andrew, our drummer, he gets just so weird with shit that he listens to like shit that he tells me what it is, but I already forget because I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm never gonna need to know this information because I'm never gonna listen to this ever. You know what I mean? It's just like we try to show each other new bands, and sometimes I'll show them something I think is sick, and they go, that sucks. So, and I'm not gonna give you examples now.
Just tell us something about your messages you want to spread through Tradewind songs.
Well, I mean, I think that goes back to what I was saying before. So, whereas with Tradewind, there's not really a message. You know, it's. I mean, there's things that I would like to say, and I've been going through kind of a rough patch the last year of my life with a relationship of mine, and it's, my girlfriend and I split up, and that's been hard for me because we were together for 6 years, and so this is a way for me to express myself and how I'm feeling, because I don't know how to be upfront with people and tell them how I feel. So I go in the most roundabout way that I can, and I write songs, and then hopefully they hear them.
There are only I think it's 2 weeks till their release.
July 15th. Yeah.
Yeah. What can we expect of this record?
I mean, we've released 3 songs, and I mean, we tried to release the 3 songs that we feel encompass the record as a whole. And there's a lot of weird drumming, and there's electronic drums on it, and we try not to use too much synth kind of things, because we like bands that play instruments. So we just try to very much keep it in that realm. Sometimes we'll throw an electronic thing here and there, but for the most part, if it can't be played live, we won't do it. Or if let's, for example, I mean, like a cello, you know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna put a cello on the record, we're gonna do our very best to have a cellist there to play that part. You understand what I'm saying? That's so we try not to do too much that it makes it impossible to have a live show. Yeah.
Can you describe Tradewind in only 3 words?
No, I can't.
Oh, wow.
So I guess that's the last question. As an artist, you become some kind of idol for the kids and for your friends.
You said it, not me.
When it comes to ideology,
yeah, there you go.
and the way of thinking, is it something that you're also thinking about when you're writing songs?
I mean, yeah, with Stick to Your Guns, definitely. I think it's important, and there's a lot of ideas that I have. A lot of people might think they're stupid, and a lot of people might disagree with them, but there's things that I think they're important, and I try to get those points across with Stick to Your Guns very much. And that becomes hard too, because I have to look at a situation, and I go, okay, how does this situation make me feel, and then beyond that, how do I express it in a way that gets my point across in a song? Because when you're writing a song, you don't want to just. There's bands that I grew up listening to. For example, a band called Trial. The singer of this band is a gentleman by the name of Greg Bennick, and he's brilliant person. But when you're listening to a Trial song, it sounds like you're listening to a lecture. And I feel like for a lot of people, especially if you play to such young people, that my point wouldn't get across. So I try to take the situation, understand how I feel about it, go, okay, I need to write about this, and then also put it in a way that's going to get through to people. So I guess make it catchy or accessible. And I feel like we've been somewhat successful with that so far. And I think a lot of that is because I've made myself accessible to the internet and things like that, and I've been able to explain, whether it be an interview or on Instagram or on Twitter, or even doing lyric explanations, like exactly what I meant, why I wrote these lyrics. I feel like a lot of that can definitely play a big role in getting the point across even further. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think so. That's already it, I think.
That's already
Oh.
all we got.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much.